Walk into any guitar shop pedalboard display in 2026, and you are going to see enclosures ranging from $30 to $500, all claiming to deliver professional-grade tone. Some of them use identical circuit topologies inside. Some of them use the same op-amp chips and the same transistor types and similar PCB layouts. But the one with the hand-painted artwork and the YouTube influencer cosign somehow costs 4 times as much as the one in the plain black enclosure. And a lot of players are paying for the artwork without realizing that is what they are buying. The boutique pedal market has transformed over the last 15 years into a marketing-driven industry where Instagram aesthetics, limited edition runs, and artist endorsements increasingly drive pricing decisions more than the actual engineering inside the pedal. Some boutique brands deserve their premium. A Klon KTR or a Love Pedal OD11 or a Vemiram Jan Ray uses genuinely custom components and careful voicing that justifies the cost. But a lot of what passes for boutique in 2026 is a stock circuit with a custom paint job and a markup that would make a luxury watch brand blush. Today we are going through 5 guitar pedal brands that are charging a premium mostly for the hype, and then we are going to flip it and cover 5 brands that quietly outperform the hype merchants for a fraction of the price. Some of these picks might surprise you. Let us start with the overpriced side of the pedal board. Number 1. Chase Bliss Audio. Before the Chase Bliss loyalists come for me in the comments, let me be specific. Chase Bliss makes legitimately interesting pedals. The dip switch programmability, the expression pedal integration, and the deep parameter access are real features that no other brand in their category delivers in the same way. The Mood Mark II and the Generation Loss are unique tools, and nothing else on the market does quite what they do. The problem is what Chase Bliss charges for that feature set in 2026. A CXM 1978 Reverb is pushing $400. The Mood Mark II sits around $450. The Automaton Mic2 preamp climbs past $700. For that kind of money, you are effectively paying boutique prices for what is essentially a small batch digital signal processor, often running on DSP platforms that are not dramatically different from what Line 6, TC Electronic, and Strymon use in pedals costing half as much. The Chase Bliss Premium is partly real, because the programmability and the interface design are genuinely unique, but a significant portion of that premium is the brand aesthetic, the community cachet, and the Instagram-worthy pedalboard placement. Players who buy Chase Bliss pedals often do so because the pedals photograph well and signal taste in online guitar communities, not because the DSP inside is categorically superior to what a $200 Strymon offers. Number 2. Zvex Effects. Zachary Vex has been building fuzz and modulation pedals since the 1990s, and the Zvex brand has real credibility in the boutique space. The Fuzz Factory and the Super Hard On are genuinely great circuits. The hand-painted enclosures are beautiful. The pricing is where things get uncomfortable. A hand-painted Fuzz Factory retails around $350. The vertical Vexter versions run around $180. Inside both pedals is essentially the same 4-transistor fuzz circuit that has been used in various guises since the late 1960s. The component cost for a Fuzz Factory is under $20. The assembly labor is modest. The hand-painted finish probably adds $30 to $50 in artist labor. So where does the remaining $250 go? It goes to the brand story, the handmade cachet, and the perception that a hand-painted pedal is meaningfully different from a production pedal with the same circuit. The Vexter line proves this point by pricing. When you remove the hand-painted finish, the same circuit costs roughly half as much. Most of the Zvex Premium at the top of the line is paint, not circuit engineering. Number 3. Walrus Audio. Walrus Audio has built one of the strongest brand identities in the modern pedal world. The artwork is distinctive, The Instagram presence is massive, and the branding is carefully designed to appeal to a specific demographic of younger guitar players. That branding work is legitimately good. The pricing reflects the brand value more than the circuit content. The Mako Series M1 high-fidelity modulation pedal runs around $330. The Mako D1 delay hits $350. The R1 reverb is close to $400. For that price, you get 6 algorithm slots, MIDI control, and multi-preset memory on a DSP platform that is not significantly different from what Strymon, Source Audio, and Empress offer. The Walrus audio circuits are well designed and the build quality is legitimate. But when a Source Audio Collider delivers a reverb and delay combination with more algorithms and comparable audio quality for less money, the Walrus Premium has to be justified by something other than pure circuit performance. That something is brand aesthetic, and aesthetic has a real cost in the boutique market. Number 4. Strymon at the flagship tier. Strymon makes exceptional pedals. The Big Sky reverb and timeline delay have been studio standards since their release. The Volante, the Flint, the Digi, and the El Capistan are all well-engineered and worth their prices. So why is Strymon on this list? It is because the flagship pricing has gotten ahead of the value curve. A Big Sky retails around $500. A timeline sits around $450. These are pedals with excellent DSP, but they have been on the market long enough that the audio quality has been matched and in some cases exceeded by competing pedals at half the price. The TC Electronic Plethora X5, the Source Audio Ventris, and the Empress Reverb offer comparable or better reverb and delay performance for 2/3 of the Strymon flagship price. Strymon's mid-tier and compact pedals, the Volante, El Capistan, Dig, Flint, and Deco, remain genuine value propositions because they deliver focused algorithms at around $300. But the flagship tier is where the Strymon Premium stops making sense. The brand reputation is real, but paying $500 for reverb algorithms that a $300 pedal matches is where the hype tax kicks in. Number 5. JHS pedals at the signature tier. Josh Scott has been a major force in guitar pedal culture, and his YouTube content has educated an entire generation of players about pedal history and circuit design. That education is genuinely valuable, but the JHS product line has increasingly priced signature models and legacy circuits at levels that do not match the content inside. The JHS Morning Glory V4 runs around $200. The circuit inside is a Marshall Bluesbreaker clone with some tonal modifications. The Bluesbreaker circuit itself is a well-known design that companies have been cloning for 3 decades. The JHS Superbolt V2 is a Supro amplifier-style overdrive circuit. These are both great pedals, but at $200, the pricing is working against the value proposition. When a full-tone OCD clone from a smaller builder or an electronic orange moaning Lisa can deliver similar tonal territory for $80. JHS pedals are well-built and well-voiced, and the company has earned its reputation. But when the brand legacy and YouTube presence start pushing pricing above what the circuits warrant, players are paying for the Josh Scott cosign as much as for the pedal itself. Now let us talk about what you are actually paying for when you buy a pedal. A guitar pedal contains a printed circuit board, a handful of resistors and capacitors, some transistors or op-amp chips, a foot switch, some potentiometers, input and output jacks, and an enclosure. The total bill of materials for most analog overdrive, distortion, and fuzz pedals is between $15 and $30. For digital pedals with DSP chips, the bill of materials climbs to between $40 and $80, depending on the processor. The labor to assemble a pedal ranges from $5 to $15, depending on how much of the work is automated versus hand-built. PCB assembly in China runs lower, hand-built in America, runs higher. The enclosure, the paint, the silk screen, and the artwork add another $10 to $30 depending on complexity. Everything beyond those numbers is overhead, marketing, distribution, and profit margin. A $30 pedal from a Chinese production facility can sell for $90 to $120 and still deliver reasonable margins. A $400 boutique pedal with similar internals is carrying $300 of brand premium, and that premium is paying for the Instagram account, the artist endorsements, the limited edition marketing, and the community perception of exclusivity. If you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe. We cover guitar gear every week so you can play better and spend smarter. Alright, so here is where things get interesting. 5 brands that quietly outperform the hype merchants. Number 1. Earthquaker Devices. Earthquaker is based in Akron, Ohio, and the company builds every pedal in-house with American-made components. The Avalanche Run Delay at around $300 competes directly with pedals from the big boutique brands at their $400 tier. The Afterneath Reverb at around $230 delivers genuinely unique voicing that you cannot get anywhere else. The His Muitas Fuzz, the Plumes Overdrive, and the Disaster Transport are all priced fairly for the circuits inside. What makes Earthquaker worth paying for is the consistency and the component quality. The enclosures are tanks. The PCBs are well laid out. The circuit voicings are distinctive rather than just clones of classic designs. Josh Scott from JHS has publicly praised Earthquaker multiple times, which tells you how the industry views the brand internally. Number 2. TC Electronic for tone print pedals. TC Electronic has quietly become the best value brand in digital effects. The Flashback 2 Delay at around $130 runs on a DSP platform that is competitive with Strymon and Source Audio, the Hall of Fame. 2 Reverb at the same price delivers algorithms that rival pedals costing 3 to 4 times as much. The tone print feature lets you load custom presets directly through your phone, which is a level of programmability that Chase Bliss charges boutique money for. The TC Electronic Plethora X5 combines 5 tone print effects in a single unit at around $450. That is a complete multi-effects unit with DSP quality that matches individual $300 boutique pedals. Working musicians use Plethoras on pro tours and pro recordings because the audio quality is studio grade and the workflow is efficient. Number 3. Electro Harmonics. EHX has been building pedals since 1968, and the current lineup is the strongest it has ever been at the most aggressive pricing. The Big Muff Pi family starts at $80 for the Nano version and climbs to around $150 for the deluxe models. The Memory Boy at $150 is a great analog delay. The Canyon Delay and Looper at around $120 offers 10 algorithms, including shimmer, reverse, and tape modes. EHX pricing is built around the idea that a pedal should be priced so that working musicians can actually afford to build a board with multiple effects. The circuits are well designed, the enclosures are durable, and the overall value is hard to beat. The Soul Food Overdrive is a Klon clone at $80, and it genuinely captures most of what makes the Kaolon circuit work. Compare that to boutique Kaolon clones costing $400 and the value proposition becomes obvious. Number 4. Boss. Nobody builds more reliable guitar pedals than Boss. The DS1 distortion has been in production since 1978 and still sells for about $50. The SD1 Super Overdrive at $60 is one of the most recorded pedals in rock history. The DD8 Digital Delay at $180 offers 11 different delay modes and stereo output at a price point where most boutique brands do not even compete. The Boss 200 series, including the DD200, RV200, and MD200, delivers flagship-level DSP at around $220 per pedal. These pedals are used on pro stages and pro records because Boss has engineered them for touring reliability that most boutique pedals cannot match. The durability alone justifies the Boss purchase. Instead of worrying about whether the pedal will fail in the middle of a set, you can plug in a Boss unit and know it will outlast the gig. Number 5. MXR. Jim Dunlop's MXR brand delivers some of the most consistent workhorse pedals in the market. The carbon copy analog delay at around $150 is one of the most widely used delays on professional pedal boards. The Phase 90 at $120 is the reference phaser for decades of rock recordings. The Timmy at $130 captures the Paul Cochran overdrive circuit at a fraction of the boutique builder prices. MXR pedals are built like Tonka trucks. The enclosures are aluminum and heavy. The switches are reliable. The circuits are voiced specifically for professional stage use, meaning they sit well in a mix and handle the signal chain without requiring a master's degree in gain staging to use properly. The Mini series, including the Carbon Copy Mini and the Dynacomp Mini, delivers the same circuit quality in smaller enclosures for pedalboard real estate optimization. So here is the takeaway from all 10 of these brands. Before you buy any pedal, ask 3 questions. First, what is the circuit inside? And is it something that has been built by multiple competitors at different price points? Second, what is the actual build quality of the PCB, the enclosure, and the switch? Because that is what determines whether the pedal will survive 5 years of use. Third, is the price gap between this pedal and its nearest competitor explained by better components and circuit design, or by better branding and better Instagram photography? If you answer those 3 questions honestly, you will never overpay for a hand-painted enclosure again. The pedal industry has more marketing to circuit ratio imbalance than almost any other category in music gear. Some boutique pedals are genuinely worth what they cost. Most are not. And the brands that quietly deliver the best value are often the ones with the least viral Instagram accounts, because they spent the money on components instead of photography. Drop a comment and tell me which brand surprised you most on either list. And if you think I got one wrong, I want to hear that too.